international event is now on dotaboom.gg. Special cases, exclusive skins, and a nice atmosphere of the main tournament of the year are waiting for you. Get 50 cents for signing up and open a case for free. Or try your luck with a multicast case and get a chance to grab 4 skins in one go. And here's what's important, the probably fair system makes sure all the results are fair and square. And by the way, every day, 20 of the most active users will share skins worth $90. And once a week, the most active Dota 2 players will receive exclusive sets and arcana items worth over 300. If that's not enough for you, then when you reach level 5, you'll be able to open free daily cases every day. And the higher your level is, the more cases you'll be able to open. So hurry up, use this promo code and get a bonus of 5% on your deposit, free coins and a free case. And the first 100 new users will also get 50 cents for registering. So don't waste your time, click the link in the description, activate the promo code, grab your bonuses, and then come back and continue watching the video.
Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be doing a replay analysis of Mid-One's Quap. He's been doing great lately, kind of some weird builds. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who he is, but he recently came back to Pro Dota, at least as far as I'm concerned. But he's doing really well. He's ranked 26 in Europe. And yeah, I've been watching a lot of Mouse's games. That's the team that he's on. And I've been pretty impressed about how they're playing. They play very fast. They like to play a lot of tempo. They have very notable players, right? Mid-One, Yamich, Crystalis, Boom, Celery, right? Some big names in the scene. So let's take a look at his gameplay in specific, what he does to have a very solid game. And they've run this game over, right? This is a 25 minute victory. And let's take a peek. So first things first, he's laning against Puck, which is not a great matchup for Quap. It's actually one of the heroes that gives Quap quite a bit of trouble, primarily due to the fact that you don't really want to skill Shadow Strike. It just doesn't do that much, right? Puck can phase shift it. And so you don't really put that much of a priority on the point. Wow, okay, that was good recognition. I was like, why is he blinking on this disruptor with half health? But it was totally fine, right? His Tusk was in the area. And they should be able to get the kill. Okay, actually gonna prioritize the water rune, that's smart. Even small plays like that, right, really matter. Knowing not to chase the disruptor there, he has to prioritize the water rune, because even if you kill disruptor, if you lose double water rune to Puck, the lane is over. And I think a big thing that a lot of players don't understand is that kills are not nearly as important as CS, right? Or like the ability to continually CS. Obviously, like, a kill is better than 2 last hits, but you get what I'm saying, right? If you get zoned out of XP of like an entire wave and you get sent back to base, and maybe you even lose the power room because you get sent back. Okay, he's gonna get solo killed. As I was saying before, this matchup's not the best. His start isn't incredible, but they end up snowballing the game really hard. And to me, that's always very impressive when players, they don't just rely on dominating their lane, dominating the beginning of the match. They kind of just understand the macro as a whole. So let's see what his first move is. By the way, in terms of items, went back for the infused raindrops. You kind of have to against Puck. Gloves of haste. Obviously, this item's fine. He gets glimpsed up by disruptor. Opting not to contest the 6-minute rune. I guess he was going to hope to 50-50 it on bottom. They're going to farm up a stack. This is going to be a little slow. Honestly, this doesn't feel that good. This is also another reason why you don't really like playing Quap into Puck. I mean, obviously, it's okay for him to take this stack. It's going to recover his net worth like a decent amount. The main thing that stacks like that give is actually XP. It's going to really help him in the Tusk out quite a bit, but it just costs so much mana. And when you take a stack like that, it actually often prevents your ability to do anything on the map for like a bit of time, or at least be able to cast like all of your spells. You know, he barely has mana. I actually don't think he has enough mana, maybe after the bottle charge, which he might have to pop early, but yeah, I mean, for instance, like you could lose a wisdom rune because you decide to farm a stack before minute 7 because you just don't have resources to contest. Thankfully, ends up not being the case here. Nice move from Zero to Tenacity to bring all of their heroes. Snapfire is level 6? What in the... That is crazy. Okay. One thing I'd like to mention as well, so if you're a mid player, it is your job to think about wisdom runes in every game. You should be thinking about stealing the enemy wisdom rune if you get the power rune at minute 6. And you need to think about defending your own power or your own wisdom rune in practically every game. And the reason for that is he blinks on the rune, usually pretty risky, gets a haste, so ends up working out. I would say he definitely can die if he gets ganked, as he's going to go in. This looks a little awkward. Okay, they're getting outplayed a bit here. Going to drop the ult, finish off the disruptor, not being too greedy. Does have a haste, so he's going to limit test a little bit. There's no coil on Puck. He knows that. Tries to catch a Puck off guard with a blink and a scream. Doesn't find him. As he goes back for Null Talisman. Okay. I mean, yeah, this hero definitely needs the item. This hero has, especially if you max E. I mean, even if you max dagger, but especially when you max E and you're going to use it to farm, rather than just like auto-attacking lane creeps to death, you have severe mana problems. As it looks like he's going to stack. Okay. Nice double bounty here. So this is a good decision for him to, you know, shift over, farm this camp while he's bottling up. And I really like that. Like, you know, if you're going to pick up double bounty, you know, because this is something that happens quite frequently where like just no one goes here. Even though bounty earns are quite valuable, it's just like in a weird part of the map. So it's really nice to farm that camp, have the awareness to do that as, okay. Oh, no. I'm not a huge fan of blinking into the back of Bristleback. I don't know, maybe he just doesn't know how this interaction works, but interestingly enough, guys, Mars Spear turns people around. So it's actually, Mars is comically like some sort of weird bristle counter. Like it's actually seen as that in these pro games. I wouldn't say it's like some giga free matchup or something like that, but it's not bad because you have the ability to turn Bristleback around reliably. Okay, comes top. Actually, I want to go back. Just a very aggressive TP. Yeah, I mean, it's just the Mars calling out that he has Arena. And what's cool to me here is that he's low resource. I would be tempted not to TP here because I am this low resource. Okay, they would have killed this Bristle pretty easily if he didn't jump on him in the back. Yeah, I would have been maybe hesitant to TP because I was like, you know, a third mana or something like that. And like, I'm going to miss the power room, but he just doesn't seem to care, as he might get glimpsed here. Probably fine. Thankfully, they're a little over leveled on subs, as they're going to poke a bit, but probably not much to do. Queues up the chainmail. This definitely looks like a really nice blade mail game. It's very good against both the enemy subs. It's very solid against Puck. It's very good against, it's okay against Enigma. Gets the kill. Actually want to watch that back. What was that specifically? Okay, just a snap ult. Yeah, I mean, snap ult, and you can see a trend. He's willing to ult sup solo, and it's totally fine, guys. Just build up your net worth, get these free kills. Don't be overly greedy. Find another kill here. Okay, it looks like he's gonna go back to base. Oh, he actually opts the TP. I thought maybe he would just blink back to base, but no, he's gonna instantly TP. As his Mars in a pretty weird position now. Maybe it's actually a genius bait. Wow. Okay, but you're probably not finding... I was going to say maybe... I mean, there's no coil, and the only reason... And this is something that makes pros, and I don't think a lot of people realize this. Some players will be like, oh, I want to play like mid 1. I'm going to jump into the enemy subs at mid 11. But the only reason he can do this is because they're underleveled. Like, I don't know exactly what happened to the Wisdom runes. I don't know if they lost double Wisdom or maybe they're just having bad games. I mean, I guess the Willow was just... Okay, both the subs are just 0-4. But if this isn't the case, you just can't play like this, right? So it is it is good game awareness to be like, all right, they're underleveled. I can make a decision like that, because some players will do that. They'll just like do it regardless of the game state pre-blade mail, and it's terrible. When you have blade mail, that's like typically what you're going to do regardless of levels, because you're going to try to bait good fights. As he farms up some camps, probably have to go back to base here, I would assume. You know, opt to pick up bounty? No, doesn't even pick up the bounty. Showing up mid here. Is this really? This kind of seems like a waste of time to me. I could be crazy. Okay, pretty solid cookie. Maybe he can clean up both the subs, but again, it looks a little weird. He'll drop his ult for sure. All right, gets a double. Gonna TP out. All right, again, yeah, I mean, so something I would say that he would, I mean, I'm not a mid player, but like something that I would probably miss out on a lot is being like, okay, I'm low resource, like I'm gonna go pick up this bounty and then I'll show up. But no, he's just showing up. He's just showing up, right? He's not waiting. As long as he has enough. It's not like he's literally hard 0 resources. You know, after getting some wand charges, he absolutely does have enough mana for his spells. Maybe he could have ultied a bit earlier here. Like, I feel like he could have just ultied here. Looks like it would have been fine. Ends up getting silenced by Puck, but gets the combo regardless. TP's out, and yeah, it paid off. He might have been able to get there regardless, but whatever, right? He definitely seems to prioritize like just getting to the correct engagement rather than being like perfect resources and controlling runes perfectly and stuff like that. But picks up the blade mail. As I mentioned, I do like this. Wonder what his skill build is going to be this game. Goes for strength, pretty standard with with Blade Mail. It's a big upside of Blade Mail and Quap. You get Strength Talent at level 10, which is great. As he gets gone on here, the Blade Mail should put in a decent amount of work, as it does. It also gives him quite a bit of armor against Bristleback, which is definitely nice. But yeah, good play from the Tusk here. Able to get the snowball off. You can pull people out of Static Storm like that, if you do it at the right place, as the Mars comes in at a really nice time. And with the Snap Bolt, they probably can poke out this Bristle, as Omni Slash actually hits from the front, but Bristle has a Lotus, so they have to wait it out, but it will not matter, and they get the job done. So was this a bait is the question. I have to look at it, actually. I don't think so. Doesn't really look like it. It seems like a pretty decent smoke from the enemy team, but they just don't have the damage. Oh, that was close. It's actually funny because it's like sort of what we just talked about, where, right, the puck actually opts to go for the power rune rather than being directly in the move. Not to say that mid one wouldn't pick this up. Like, I have a feeling he would. It's just like, it's a power rune. It's not just a bounty rune, but still, it ends up mattering a lot here, right? The puck isn't initially ready. And to be fair, I would say puck should absolutely coil here. In hindsight, this is a little cringe. He's like waiting for the end of Static Storm, but like the only way Quap doesn't die here is if Tusk snowballs him. And I think you have to be able to make that read at the highest level. I mean, again, I'm not saying like I would necessarily always make that play, but I think you have to have the expectation that you can, because that's a double kill for sure. If you get it, I mean, at least a kill on Quap. So a bit of a choke from the puck, because honestly, yeah, it looks like it should have been probably pretty bad, frankly, but stuff like that, it ruins games, you know? Small decisions, guys. Really, if you're ever wondering why you can't gain MMR, try to look at like small decisions you might make, even in team fights. Like, am I stepping too far up? Am I casting my spells well enough? Could I have stopped someone from making a big play? Did I jump the right target? You know, like, these things all super matter. As probably will queue up a Kaya next. This hero tends to just need a Kaya. Yeah, you just don't have mana otherwise to like you want to start farming in the mid game typically if the game slows down. I mean, you don't have to, but okay, so he actually farms up an ancient stack. Wow. It only took him 5 screams, no biggie. Kaya complete, or close to complete. I think he's maybe like 50 gold off or something. Okay, I'm gonna clear up the wave. Kaya complete. As getting jumped again, he's doing a good job of getting his blade mail off quickly, and this is a reason why it is such a good blade mail game, right? If you do get gone on by Disruptor, sure, you could be like, why doesn't he buy something like Yule's? Well, Yule's is kind of just a weird item, period. I don't know, the stats are just kind of bad. It's also just much more expensive than blade mail. And you can see he's doing a lot of damage with this blade mail, right? The puck is dropping very low. The Enigma took quite a bit of damage. Like, okay, and you see what happens, right? The enemy team goes for like a very deep dive like this. You react well with your blade mail, and your team can punish. So it's actually super nice. And they get a D ward, right? So really, really good. After this, probably assume Kaya Sanj into BKB. I think it is a game where you probably have to buy a BKB. They have like a lot of control for Quap. This is not some free Quap game where you can just kite in and out. Okay, gets lucky on the power room, gets a DD, and he's going to decide to walk top here. I wonder exactly what the logic is. As looking at the Willow, feeling comfortable to jump into Willow because he has Blade Mail, as I guess they're going to opt to try to burst the Bristle, as he's going to pop his Blade Mail. And I actually like this. This is a heads up Blade Mail. These plays are really nice because you know if you're going on a Bristleback, especially from the back, the Blade Mail is actually going to reflect a lot of damage whether or not he wants it to, because he's going to be quilling from his back. So it's really nice for him to pop Blade Mail here. This extra little bit of damage can always be the difference, like especially against a tank like Bristle. So love that decision. That's okay. Going on the Willow, but he has Blade Mail. Oh, nice. Gets the kill. I mean, this guy's just a good hunter, you know? He just understands, like, he's just very, very good at fighting. He just understands Dota damage, like, to put it simply, you know? He just kind of seems to know. He has a very, very good read for this. Okay, deciding to farm up some camps. Once you have Kaya, you have a lot more of the luxury to do this. I would say pre-Kaya, you don't really want to play like this. You want to either take fights or maybe farm a medium camp, but, like, you want to contest runes, farm lane creeps. Like, taking too many neutrals pre-Kaya, you're basically going to force yourself to just AFK farm, because you're not going to have enough mana to, like, I mean, you're going to be going back to base constantly. You're not going to have enough mana. Oh, as he gets the shard, that's quite nice. That is quite nice. As they hit the gate, sees the Willow. Thinking about jumping, decides not to. As okay. Jump onto the puck. Actually misses on Mars. That combo is undodgeable by Puck, if done correctly. All right, they're gonna take Roche. Kai Assange complete. Feeling good. Game is definitely in a very clean spot, and he's gonna... Oh, I thought he might take the Aegis, but actually maybe they'll go high ground. One thing that I've learned from watching Crystallis Jug, bit of a side note for this video, but one thing I've learned is that this hero is one of the best siegers in the game, right? You get this healing ward heal, and then eventually you get healing ward hits to kill, and this hero's sieging is just like, you can also take healing ward cooldown. He decided not to, but you can siege like, I mean, you just take all the healing ward talents, or at least 2 of them, especially the 15 and the 20. You could siege like crazy, but okay, getting back to Quap. Jumping on the Willow a bit, by the way, he took Searing Signet plus armor. Definitely a nice game against Bristleback to have that extra bit of armor. As they're going to jump on a Bristle, but a Static Storm comes out, so it's a little hard for him to follow it up, and a BKB, so at that point you can assume Bristleback's going to BKB TP out, so he's just going to make the decision to take the free Disruptor kill. And I actually wonder what he's going to buy next. It's kind of a weird game. I feel like the Axe is acceptable, just to kind of, you know, put out some damage, but probably doesn't need it. I don't think they have a damage issue. They have Snapfire and Jug and him. I think they should be fine for now. As okay, they're gonna make a jump to mid. He's connecting to this very, very quickly. Who will he jump? He has silence for Puck, but Puck playing it safe, not gonna let himself get jumped. But yeah, I actually don't know what I would buy here. It's pretty unclear to me. As he could chain silence, he'll probably try. Yeah, looks with the shard to try to silence. If you don't know what Quap's shard does, it silences on the blink location, right? For I believe 1.75. Yeah, so not bad, not super long, not super short. I would say for a silence, I guess it's like pretty short. But, you know, it's a shard, so. Yeah, just such a good job. He's very, very quick to connect. You can see. Again, he's super good about this. They're sieging top tier 2. He's like, oh, there's a Willow mid. Very quick to react. Very quick to get there. Okay, doesn't chase into the triangle, right? Not going to overforce. I don't know why they thought... I guess they just realized that they can go on Puck. It's a nice play from the Mars, and they try to save him, but... They don't have a save spell, so it's not like if they catch Puck, it's just going to be easy for them to bail out the Puck. And jump in, push back with the Sonic Wave. You can use this ability as a repositioning tool. Comically enough, and now the game feels probably pretty much over for the enemy. I mean, Bristleback, not going to scale, especially into Jug. It's a pretty hard matchup. Because Omni Slash does stick on you very, very well, right? Usually Bristle can kite most heroes. You don't really kite Jug overly well. Yes, you are a Lotus hero, but... you know, a good Jug is going to play around that. So, yeah, here comes the Jug high ground. I've seen this a million times, and they just call GG. So, hopefully you guys learned a couple lessons from mid one's Quap. I definitely, like, love watching different roles like this. I mean, I'm primarily a Pulse 5 player, but like watching different roles like this because it just gives you a really, really cool understanding of, like, how different people see the game, what different heroes are going to do. And yeah, I would say the main thing that I was impressed about with his gameplay this game is definitely like how willing he was to connect to fights even on low resources, like not showing up late to stuff. And I would say good mid laners, that is something I have noticed, but like not to the extent of him, at least in this game, right? Very, very quick to connect to all of the engagements, even with max scream, because you know sometimes when people max scream, they're going to be more inclined to farm. Right, and like just play for a later timing, but no, he didn't do that. But so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.